Okay, hello everyone. It's time for the tip of the week. Today we're gonna talk about overlapping modes. All right. So when I say overlapping modes, actually what I'm talking about is if you're doing like a major scale, you're gonna play like a mode in your major scale, and then you're gonna play wherever you play that mode, you're gonna find out what the complement of that mode is using the pentatonic scale, right, or a pentatonic mode, right? So you're playing around with the majors and the pentatonics, okay? So we know that the pentatonics and the natural minors are pretty much the same. You're just not doing half steps, right? Basically, what's going on is if you go into the pentatonic, you have six modes or five modes, right? If you're on the sixth mode, it's the equivalent of the first mode. All right, just like the first mode is the equivalent of the eighth mode in the major scale spectrum. So when we're doing our modes, just remember the difference in the positions, right, for the pentatonic and the majors. Let's do the seventh mode of the C major scale. We we'll be working on the seventh fret, right? And we know that it should sound this way. Right? So we have 7, 8, 10, 7, 8, 10, 7, 9, 10, 7, 9, 10, 8, 10, 7, right? So we know we have that. Now the complementary in the A pentatonic would be your second mode. All right. So your second mode would sound this way. All right. So that's 8, 10, 7, 10, 7, 10, 7, 9, 8, 10, 8, 10. All right. So if we play around with those two, you'll hear the subtle differences in the approach. All right. Because what we have here is a block between the fret number 7 and 10. All right. We have a block there. So there are different, there's just a different pattern that's being played within that block. Some don't have as many notes, but it's the expression and that sound of the pattern of notes. Okay, so when you hear like a jazz progression or a rhythmic progression in the background, I want you to play those two modes, right, and listen for the difference. All right, so what that is, if you guys can remember, it's what we did a while back where I called it the call and response, or the communication between the two types of scales, the major, and back then we were doing the major and the minor scale, or the natural minor. And I would play like a major scale, like a C major, and then I would play like the minor, the A minor, right? And then I would play like different aspects of the C major scale. Right, and then I would go into a pentatonic or a harmonic minor or whatever. But I just wanted to. The idea was to hear the difference, the communication between the two. It was like two different languages being spoken between the scales. All right. So this is what you're going to do with the seventh mode, or the second mode of the pentatonic, seventh mode of the C major scale, as opposed to the second mode of the A pentatonic scale. All right. have something going on there. If you guys feel daring enough, what you can do is you can play. I just did a class where I played the rhythm. Something like that, a little bit different. Right? And I was playing this. I had the person I was working with playing the scale, playing the modes, the seventh mode and that second mode of the pentatonic, right? And it really kind of made sense. Hopefully, it'll make sense for you guys. Just feeling the overlap of those modes, and hearing the subtle differences, it adds a lot to your soloing, all right, and your thought process when you're doing your solos. Okay, so play around with it and hope it works out for you. Let me know if you come up with more ideas from that. Okay, all right, thank you very much, and I will see you guys this week. God bless.